must ask you again to consider these 820 podcast episodes as urgency meetings. Focus on the currency to spend, save, and apply to what drives you each day. What I want to relate to you in each podcast episode is to not just meet for the purpose of meeting in this forum. For example, in the book Resilience, The Beauty of Presence, that serves as the foundational reference for all 820 episodes. And in that book, the references and definitions for resilience will offer you my applied observations and communications as the purpose of these conversations. So, these are your 500 seconds of resilience for the day. A daily 500 seconds of personal investment to activate your purpose, your voice, your message, your personal currency. Spend it as you intend to live. Spend it as you intend to love. Today, let's talk about contact without sound. That, to me, even that title is a scary proposition, I must say. And in probably last week, a podcast I put together, it touched on this a bit. A scenario where I asked you if you could keep only one sense, what would it be? And in that episode, I had reduced those 5 senses for me to 2, and then to 1, hearing or sound. Number 2 that I reduced those 5 to was sight. So in a way, that earlier episode and this one today are related. Also, about a week or so ago, I focused on the importance of eye contact as a lost and neglected art. And especially in these discussions about resilience, I think that is relevant. Remember, the main model of my rendition on resilience is observation and communication. The communication part is more recently updated by me as conversation. So those former episodes on senses and eye contact have guided me to this one, contact without sound. Now, this is to focus on my number 2 priority sense, the eyes. The window into the soul, as some have said, the eyes. If that is true or has some level of truth to it, then I think it gives that assessment even more credence and value. That it seems like we have lost or really neglected something that doesn't cost us anything, other than attention and awareness and exposure to and of your soul to others. I wonder, is that what we have become afraid of and ashamed to express? What's behind those eyes of yours and that you don't want to show? The window, yes, to your soul, maybe insight to the corrupted parts that you do not want anyone to see too much of in the light of truth. Now, this does not point a finger or hand at you. This is an assessment of me. We all have resilience and pure souls and hearts. But we have all been in some form or fashion, some depth or breadth, corrupted, or we have ourselves corrupted ourselves, knowingly or unknowingly, through bad or nasty and dark habits that only a few get the honor or pain to experience from us. So maybe that's why some of us like myself, have lost that commitment and art to maintain eye contact, to really show and express who we are at our core, from our soul, from our hearts. That look and depth of the eye can reveal that. But when we divert our eyes away from the subject or the person right in front of us, I suspect the reason for that habit is clear, at least for me. It's not about the vulnerability thing. It's just becoming reluctant to let someone, and definitely not everyone, into and through that window. Kind of related to my son's lesson to me about loving everyone. Maybe I can take what he taught me about loving everyone and overlay that lesson to eye contact. To see everyone directly, not to gaze or stare for hours at a time. To make eye contact and then maybe to break contact. Maybe just to the point where it feels uneasy or slightly weird and too uncomfortable to look too long into someone's eyes. But not saying to sit there and stare like, that 1,000-yard stare thing. No, you can always break contact and then re-engage with the eyes in the conversation for as long or as short as that connection may be or may feel comfortable. But let's give it a shot, or look a little longer at each other going forward. In light of this newly refreshed and start regaining the art of eye contact, I came across this idea the other day, an exercise from this gentleman named Michael Chad Hopner. He's the CEO of GK Training. Never heard of this person, but I came across this passage from him. Let me read this. Quote, "This is an exercise to talk about or address this lost art of eye contact." He called it silent storytelling. Quote, "As the name suggests, you'll tell a story, but without sound. Think of it like lip syncing. You will mouth the words expressively, but you cannot vocalize. Recruit a friend or two and use your eyes, face, hands, and body to convey your message. The goal is for you, your audience, to fully understand the story, even without hearing a word. Keep in mind, this isn't charades. You're not acting out individual words. Instead, focus on expressing your narrative as vividly as needed to make it clear through your eyes. Pay close attention to your audience's reactions. Raised eyebrows, widening eyes, or nodding. These subtle cues will indicate whether they're following along. What you'll discover is that good eye contact comes naturally when you need to gauge their understanding without the help of sound. This exercise trains you to observe reactions and engage with others in a deeper, more intentional way, even when the experience seems and feels unfamiliar. I'm going to try that with someone soon. Hopefully we can do it without busting out laughing and rolling on the floor. But maybe even with that possible process outcome, some more of me and the other subject get exposed in a positive way. And only with eye contact. Hope you enjoyed that. Hopefully you try it. And I hope to hear from you on your experience in doing just that. Contact without sound. Stay present. Stay current. No matter where you are in this world, please remember, it's always 8:20.